This video is a follow-up, a little bit of a follow-up from the last video with the jungle knots and the basha and all that. What I want to show is how to use a handful of knots. Show you a handful of knots to use to tie your line on the first tree instead of using a carabiner, okay? So that's all it is. Hopefully a bit of short video, and I don't even know the names of some of them actually, some of the knots, but anyway, I'll show you best I can, just so I sort of cover that area, like, you know. Okay, so let's just get on with it. Stop waffling, Andy, get on with it. I think I'm lost. Okay, first up, the bowline. What you're going to do is grab your rope like that with your knuckles in the air, and then turn it over to make a loop, and then pull that through there as if you're going to do a slip knot, and then get your working end, put it up through the loop there like that, and then pull both ropes apart, and there you go, you've got your bowline, and that ain't going to go anywhere. And the next one I don't know the name of, but I'm sure there's a name somewhere. So what you do is you put your working end underneath like that, and then you loop it round and drop it through the V. So you got that sort of effect. And then you bring it over the top this time, on your side if you like, and then bring it through the loop like that, and you've got that sort of effect. Put it a bit tight. And I'll turn it around. This is what it looks like, sort of close up. And put it sort of close to the tree then, if you want. And that's quite strong. It's not going to go nowhere, but if you wanted to, you could do a little locking off, half hitch sort of thing there, just to make sure. And that's it. That is it. This one, I don't know the name of this one either. I don't think there is a name. I sort of made it up myself. But anyway, it's what you do is get your working end and do a knot, an overhand knot at the end. And if you want, you could sort of do another knot, same thing, just to make it a big knot. Okay, so you got it like that, and then you get the other one and do a slip knot like that, and then you stick the overhand knot through the loop, close the loop up, and there you go, that's that. And that's quite strong, that won't go nowhere. So there you go, that's quite easy to remember. The name of it, don't know. And this one, next one is, I don't know the name of this one either. So if you know the name, just tell us. So what you do is get your working end and just put it over the top of that one like that, and then you keep your finger there to just sort of have a gap, because I want that to be a loop, and then just wrap it round about 4 times, both ropes, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't have to be 4, but you know, depends on the thickness of the rope and this, that and the other. So anyway, and then what you do, I'll put it again I think, and then what you do then is you put this working end through the loop. Okay, so you've got that, and then pull the loop tight, and then firm it up a bit, and then you can put it close to the tree if you want, so you don't waste any rope, and then give them both a pull to firm it up a bit, and that's it. That ain't gonna go nowhere. So there you go, there's that one. And the next one, if you can't remember any of them knots, just remember this one, because you could use this one on both sides of the trees, okay? Because it slips both ways, and it's the taut-line hitch, and I showed it in my last video, okay? So you could do this on the tree, on the first tree, and you could tie this one on the second tree as well, and it'll tighten and untighten. So when you do it on the second tree, it'll tighten the rope up so you can put your basha over. So what you do is, it's a taut-line hitch, is get your working end and just put it over like that. Okay, and then you loop it around 4 times just on this one. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter how many, if it's 4 or 3 or 2, you know, it depends on what you want to do. And then what you do then is bring this over the top of this one, and you're going to loop it underneath this one that's coming from the basha, and then put it through the loop like that and pull it tight. You're going to follow the course of this one. This one is following the course of this one. So you then pull it firm like that, not too firm or you won't slide it. And then what you do then, there you are, it looks like that. And then what you do, if you want to not waste any rope, is then do it up to the tree like that, and that ain't going nowhere. Okay. All right, so there you go. Nice and tight. And if you want to undo it, just pull it like that. And of course, when it's on the other end, when you want to tighten your rope up, you then imagine this end is tied to the other tree. So you want to put your basha over it, but before you put the basha over it, you can tighten it up. So what you would do is you pull it this way and it would tighten up. Okay, so there you go, that's the taut-line hitch. Okay, I'm going to give you an extra one now that I wasn't going to do, and what it is the trucker's hitch, or the dolly knot, and it's for the heaviest of loads. It's made to tie the load down on a truck, and it's actually, this is the best one, I think. It's there's many of them, but this one is for the heaviest of loads, heavy haulage. And what you do is you make a loop like that, nice big loop, and then you get your working end. Well, this working end is over my shoulder at the moment. And you wrap it round a couple of times like that. Keep it loose, because what I want to do is take this loop out, turn it around and put it back in. All right, it's fiddly, but it's the best one because it'll hold the heaviest stuff. All right, and then get your loop like that, and then get your line up here like this. All right, make another loop like that. Put your thumb and finger through, turn it round, close it down like that, and then make a hole and put the loop through, and then firm that up. All right, Doesn't have to be really firm, just put it together. All right, and then what you do then, get your working end and pull it tight. And the beauty of this knot, this particular knot, is it'll lock itself off, not like the other ones. All right, so there you go. Let's get it firm-ish. So there you go. I've tightened it up, and it'll lock itself off. See? There you go. So it's locked off from there up, and whatever you do from there down, it'll be extra lock-in points as well. So it's really safe and really strong. So what I'll do now, I'll give you a closer look at this knot. Oh, before I do that, in this situation, not the trucking situation, you could do a half hitch just to lock it off. Again, put that through there and just lock it off, and just to make sure it doesn't slip. But it's not going to slip anyway, but just to make sure. And that's it. That's the trucker's hitch, or the dolly knot, for the heaviest of loads. Okay, this is what it looks like. There's the loop there, and that's how it's gone through the extra loop that was bent back. And you've got there's always a big gap here and a small gap at the top there with that, and then that's what it looks like at this end. And to pull it through, I've loosened it off now, so this is how it works. So it's going through like that. There you go. I've only got one hand here, so like that. So that's how it sort of locks off, and there you go, my hand is gone. It's off the knot. So there you go, that's tight now. And in this situation with a basha, you would just lock it off, do a little half hitch and lock it off like that, just to make sure, once it's all tightened up the way you want it. And that's it. That's the trucker's hitch for the heaviest of loads, heavy haulage stuff from years ago. Alright, so yeah, and to undo it, it's really easy actually. You take this locking mechanism off. Alright, I mean, the truckers would then tie it again underneath the truck up here, down here, you know, on the hook and what have you, but that's them. Right, so what you do to undo it, see the big gap there? You get this working end, put it through the gap, that big gap, and it'll snap itself loose like this. Hear that then? And then it'll just fall apart. Alright, and go, not fall apart, but it'll just come loose. So, okay, that's the trucker's hitch. Now if you can't remember any of these knots, just remember this one, the taut-line hitch. Okay, this one, just remember this knot, because this knot can be tied at both ends of the trees. One to tie onto the tree, and one to tighten up the ridgeline as well. All right, so it does both jobs. And also you could put it on your guy lines as well, so you can put it around your tent peg and tie your tent down. All right, put it around the tent peg and tighten the guy line down, or tighten the guy line up. Tighten it up, yeah, tighten it up to to secure your tent down. Okay, there you go. And yeah, so just remember this one, the taut-line hitch. All right, if you can't remember the others. So there you go. That leaves me to say thanks for watching this far. Like, share, subscribe if you want, and yeah, I hope you learned something and enjoyed the video. Cheers.